This is Sound City. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's a city, it's a city.
Hello, citizens. It's Nico, and we're back. This is Sound City. It's been an eventful 2 weeks, to say the least. Just here with our regular crew, with Brandon B on the boards, and then of course the smooth talking Chris.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing today?
So as I was saying, these 2 weeks have been eventful. I love that Orlando City is undefeated in their first two inaugural games, of course, with the tie. And then the win, bro. The luck. Orlando City has some luck, which, every team needs some sometimes.
Hey, you can't just be good. You gotta be lucky, too.
You need it. And like we were saying, these 2 weeks have been eventful not only in MLS, but also in NFL.
We have the free agent frenzy. It's been a crazy 2 weeks in the NFL. Lots of trades, lots of signings. And, I think there's a lot of teams that came out strong from the free agency.
There are teams that got new identities.
Of course. And, the one team I want to first talk about is the Miami Dolphins. As us being from Miami, that's going to be my main focus, of course, in the NFL. And then Ndamukong Suh, that's a huge splash for the Dolphins. That's a big pickup. I was not expecting the Dolphins to go out there and be paying the highest paid NFL defensive player. I wasn't expecting that move. What is it, $60 million guaranteed? Yes, $60 million guaranteed. It's that's wild. $114 million deal. And it's just crazy because that one guy has. And they got rid of Mike Wallace, which I think is also a big step in the right direction. And Donnell Ellerbe. A lot of people forget Donnell Ellerbe was scheduled to make $8 million this year. I think it was 8.38, and that's a lot for a guy who. And they got Kenny Stills, which he could help the wide receiving core right now too. Of course, and like I was saying, Kenny Stills is a great slot receiver. Yeah, for sure. And along Jarvis Landry, I think we need one more piece. And now Tannehill is proven he can kind of throw the ball, and he's molding into the quarterback that an NFL caliber team really needs. Yes. And so this could be a good marriage. I think there's one more piece, one more offensive piece that they need, and of course they signed Jordan Cameron too. That's going to be, if he can stay healthy. The concussion, that's the key. Concussions. He's been unhealthy these past 2 years. If he could be healthy, he's proven that he can perform. But they're at the expense of Charles Clay. And I know a lot of Dolphin fans aren't happy about that. I'm not happy about that. Of course I like Charles Clay a lot. And Charles Clay's been there. He's the rock. Yeah, he's the rock there. And they've bowed out of the. What'd you say? They got tired of it. They got tired of the back negotiations. And forth. And it's most likely that he's gonna sign with the Bills. So speaking of the Bills, man. That backfield now with LaShawn McCoy, Matt Castle. I like it. I like the moves. I think. And Percy Harvin now. They got Percy. Harvin. I think they have Matt Castle there to compete with EJ Manuel, of course. For sure. I just feel they're still missing the quarterback. I don't feel. All right, but do you think kickoff it's gonna be? Who do you think it's gonna be? Matt Castle. I think Matt Castle. I think Matt Castle's gonna win it. Yeah, I think he's gonna win it. And I think EJ. Either EJ's gonna give up a fight, I think he's not gonna give it to him. Obviously, EJ's gonna be the starting quarterback at the end of the season. Okay. Because I don't think Matt Castle can perform. I don't think they'll be a playoff team. I think the Dolphins will be better than them, just because of the offensive side. And even though the Dolphins have that one piece that they need, I feel they're more complete on the offensive side. Okay. It all starts with the quarterback. This is a quarterback league. We can't say no about that. And Matt Castle's not going to win 10 games. It's just not going to happen. So where do you think EJ Manuel comes in? I think second half of the season. I think Castle probably barring injury, obviously. Yeah, I think Castle plays 6 or 7 games. I don't think he'll perform well, and I think EJ Manuel will become the starter eventually. Dude, not going too far. Also in the AFC East, the Jets even upgraded. Well, they brought back Revis Island. He's going back home. They brought back and Cromartie, right? The secondary, yeah. They brought them both back. Yeah, for sure. And they have Mark Barron, who's becoming. I think he was solid for them last year as a rookie, as a safety. And I feel like their defense is still strong as always. So that team comes down to quarterback
play for sure.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick they brought in, but I feel like it's still
up in the air.
And Eric Decker, I don't think he can be a number one receiver. I don't think he is a number one. He's a number two receiver.
He was very good with Denver, but that's because look who was slinging the ball to him.
And he had Demaryius
on the other side too. Yep.
He's not a number one receiver, and that's where the Jets are going to have to also look for more offensive help. And
maybe in the draft?
That's where I was going to ask you. Do you think they draft Marcus Mariota in the draft? Do you think they take a quarterback while just trading for Ryan Fitzpatrick?
I don't see why you would do that, but I mean it is Marcus Mariota. But if you really think if you signed him, you have a little bit of faith in him to at least win you a couple games. So why not give him a weapon?
That's my idea.
I would give him a weapon.
Ryan Fitzpatrick,
and he's a proven winner. He's already a starter.
10-6 or 9-7 last year with the Texans.
Exactly.
And they were almost a playoff team. I think he had less options than if he were to have Eric Decker and let's say maybe Amari Cooper at that 6th pick. As now everybody's saying Kevin White's jumped into that 4th pick from the Raiders. Everybody knows Raiders are going to take a wide receiver.
Yeah, they have
to help out Derek Carr. But now they're saying it was always Amari Cooper, and after the combine, Kevin White's stock has just
that 40 time, dude, that's ridiculous.
His stock has just skyrocketed, and it's incredible because that.
But you also have the best wide receiver in college football,
in Amari Cooper, Heisman finalist. So
who knows?
I don't think a lot of people are saying Amari Cooper to drop into the middle of the first round, and I don't see that. I see, he drops to the 10th pick to the Rams are going to take him. Yeah. And if he gets even remotely close to the Browns or Dolphins, both of those teams will take him. And I don't see...
one mock draft that I'm seeing, they say he drops to the Vikings at 11.
Yeah, you see, and the Vikings, another team. Amari Cooper and Mike Wallace. I mean, it's ridiculous to have the best wide receiver, a Heisman finalist, be thought of so low in the NFL draft. I feel like he's a great NFL prospect.
I don't know his play on the field has definitely proven it.
Of course, and I don't know of any off-field problems that he's had. So I feel he should be taken in the early first round, and any team is not smart to pass on him. Some teams just, it doesn't fit for them right now. But look, the Eagles, we can go to the Eagles, who made a huge splash too. They just did a complete 180. They traded Nick Foles to the Rams for Sam Bradford. And then they also got DeMarco Murray, which the best running back in the NFL last year, most rushing
offensive
yards,
MVP.
Touchdowns, yes. And it's crazy. It's just that 180 to go from...
Not to mention they have Darren Sproles there in the backfield too.
Course.
And they picked up Ryan Matthews.
From the Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah. I'm glad, dude. He's injury prone. I think it was time for the Chargers to let go of him. Obviously, the Chargers are my favorite team. Even though I'm from Miami, the Chargers are my team. And I think we've done well. We've picked up some good people. We just need to solidify our running backs. But back to the Eagles. We'll go back to the Chargers.
We'll go to the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
The Eagles made this 180, and they signed Byron Maxwell and the other corner from Seattle. Can't remember his name right now. I'm not sure. Oh, Walter Thurman
Thurman. Okay.
And they're getting Sam Bradford now. The only problem with them is they have no wide receivers right now. They're down to
Riley Cooper's their number one.
Well, Jordan Matthews.
Okay.
And Riley Cooper. And I don't know any other wide receiver on that team.
I don't know either.
As they lost Jeremy Maclin.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think what the reports are talking about now as well is Sam Bradford being traded again to the Tennessee Titans
for
that second pick, and the Eagles giving their first round pick and a couple other picks for that second pick and taking Mariota. Reuniting Chip Kelly and Mariota,
who already runs that fast offense. He would know how to.
Of course, and with
he would keep up with his pace too. Chip Kelly's pace.
I mean,
man,
That for me is a great pickup because I feel Sam Bradford is a little on the slow side.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but they were saying he's
hampered
faster.
by injuries.
But they're saying he was, because I was talking about it with someone, and they were saying that they made the trade because Sam Bradford fits the system better because of the offensive coordinator. He used to be with Sam Bradford.
Okay, and I think it was in college.
Yes.
Yeah, and I see that, but I just feel I don't know.
Well,
the offense doesn't fit Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford is a pocket passer.
True. But maybe Chip Kelly will make a little more adjustments now that he also has DeMarco Murray too. That can actually, you can do your 1-2 runs, and then you have Sam Bradford to sling it on third down.
And he's got to take his 20 carries a game.
Right, exactly. I mean, you need to give it to DeMarco. You need to give it to him. But we shouldn't. Sam Bradford doesn't have that QB spot locked in. Tim Tebow's there.
Oh. Did they sign him finally?
No, they didn't.
It was just a workout.
Yeah,
right?
it was just a workout.
And they did the workout, but they're openly. I guess the workout was for a reason because they're shopping Matt Barkley, who's their third string because they also have Mark Sanchez, but they're shopping Barkley as for just a 7th rounder.
Right.
I guess maybe to make spot. I guess make open a spot for Tim Tebow.
Hey, you could run that college offense.
Of course.
Yeah.
To finally make his NFL return. And hey, you said it before. We were talking about this. He had a running game. He had Willis McGahee. Mm-hmm. What better running game to have than DeMarco Murray, who almost ran for 2,000 yards?
Yes, but he also had a wide receiver in DT. I know it was his rookie year, but he still showed up.
Right, of course. I remember that 70-yard post.
Oh man!
To win the game against the Steelers in the playoffs. I'm a Florida Gator fan. I know we're here at UCF. I'm a UF fan, and I love Tim Tebow, and so I was.
He's a great person, but his football skills in the NFL I think he was in the right situation.
Yes, I agree, and I feel like
he
needs to be given the chance to lose before he can be called a loser. He's a winner right now. He's 10-2 as a starting quarterback. And it's unbelievable that nobody, not even Jacksonville, with all the rumors that they've had of him going to Jacksonville, Tennessee, somebody, just give him a chance. Let him play. He's a winner. He beat the Steelers in the playoffs. He didn't beat some washed-up team. He beat Troy Polamalu, Ryan Clark, all those guys there with the Steelers. He beat them because he did. He won the game in overtime.
Yeah, but then what happened the next season?
He didn't play. He got cut. He got traded.
Where did he go?
To the Patriots.
Patriots?
No, the Jets.
It was the Jets.
And then to the Patriots.
Okay. I don't know, man. There's a reason why he got cut. I mean...
Of course. He has his issues. He has his long release. But I just feel like when you're a winner like that, you can't just take it away from him. You got to let him lose before... You could be called, we're not going to sign you from anybody. I just feel like I would take the chance on him. You're a team that's like Jacksonville.
Well, I think they did a great move with Blake Bortles.
Of course. But this is before Blake Bortles.
I know.
And Blake Bortles is nice and hopefully
they need to build a team around him for sure.
Hopefully they could build a team around him. They lost Cecil Shorts, which was their best wide receiver.
Yeah, their best wide. I know.
But Julius Thomas.
Yeah, a great pickup for Bortles. That's a great weapon.
Was probably the one. No, because we have Gronk and Jimmy Graham, but he was the third best tight end last year in the NFL.
Yeah.
So that's a
and he got injured,
of course.
And, yeah, he only played 12 games.
Yeah, and it's obviously a giant upgrade from Mercedes
Lewis. Yeah,
who was I'm not gonna talk about that.
No. And they have them getting an outside linebacker, your boy from Florida. Dante Fowler Jr.
He's a beast. He's a beast. And
hopefully,
that's a good pickup. And I feel
it's a solid pick.
I feel they're still building. I feel like they're not going to win this year. They still need to.
They'll get 6 wins?
No, I still think they're a 5-4 win team.
4 wins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see them improving too much. Even with Julius Thomas, there's just not enough options offensively for Blake Bortles. Defensively, still building. Mm-hmm. So it's another losing season for the Jaguars, unfortunately, and it's going to be another losing season, I think, for the Buccaneers as well. So all the Florida football teams, other than the Dolphins, maybe
the Dolphins have the biggest chance. Yeah.
I think the Dolphins sneak into the playoffs, 10-6 with the wild card. I think Ndamukong Suh improves us by 2 wins. Just Suh. Because
if he doesn't get suspended.
Yeah, and you know what? If he gets suspended, he gets suspended for 1 game. Whatever. His antics,
depending on what he does.
His antics will be done.
I mean, but Warren Buffett did vouch for him, so he must be a stand-up guy.
And he can improve his behavior and become a better person. I think he can. And all that aside, he's still the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
Oh, 100%. That's why I think he did deserve the money.
He's still the second best defensive player in the NFL. I think J.J. Watt being the only other person who makes that much of a difference.
That D-line, hold up. We have to talk about that D-line real quick. The Texans D-line.
Yes.
Now that they got Vince Wilfork, that's crazy. They have J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, both on the ends, and then Vince Wilfork to clog up the middle. Well, so who are you going to double team?
No one's going to run on them. Let's just put it that way.
Who's going to pass on them? Who are you going to double team?
That's going to be the best run defense in the NFL next year for sure.
That's wild.
They have Brian Cushing as a linebacker.
Well, isn't he thinking about leaving though?
Yes, but they're thinking about.
Yeah, they're thinking about letting him go. Yeah,
but he's still there, and he can still produce. And I just don't think anybody's gonna run on them just because of that D line.
That D line is.
It's incredible. Another team I wanted to talk about was player was Darrelle Revis.
Oh.
Because I wanted to go into him. He left a championship-winning team to return to the Jets. More money, obviously. I feel he kind of did a little LeBron. I feel like he went back home to New York. I think he felt comfortable.
He felt comfortable there, yeah.
I wanted to know what you thought about.
I definitely think he left for the money because you just won the Super Bowl. You would think you would want to return to the team that just you went to the promised land. You know, why would you go back unless, like you said, he was comfortable. He was just used to playing there. He enjoys playing there. And so I think, why not get a little pay raise and you go back home?
And I think he was friends with Antonio Cromartie.
Oh, yeah. I think they definitely
both of them
corroborated.
Together. Yeah. And I think he liked the changes. I think he liked the move.
The move of
this,
the direction that they're going in.
I think he likes the direction they're going in, and I think he wants to win there. Even though he took the pay raise.
Even Brandon Browner left,
They cut him.
Well, yeah.
They cut him, and you know what? And that's going to be a problem for the Patriots, as we've been talking about the AFC East. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked about the Patriots.
Exactly.
They lost, both of their corners.
And they're losing Stephen Ridley? Or did he leave already?
Well, he's a free agent.
Yeah,
I don't think he's signed yet. But they've lost, a lot of people, and they're going after Stevie Johnson right now as a wide receiver. But defensively, they've lost Wilfork. They had to cut Wilfork. They had to cut Brandon Browner.
Darrelle Revis. They brought back McCourty. Which it's good he signed.
Yes, but it's tough. I think they lost a lot of help on the defensive end of the football.
Yeah, Bill Belichick knows what he's doing, though. I have no doubt that man knows how to get things done. I mean, he's gotten things done already.
They will win the AFC East again.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow. As long as you think they're just gonna win it with genius, with just Tom Brady and
Tom Brady's
Bill
gonna
Belichick
do his thing again. What the same thing's gonna happen again next season. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick done, and what are they gonna do? They're gonna come back and win 12 games and win the Super Bowl." Maybe not a Super Bowl again this year.
Super Bowl win? Okay.
But
the Chargers are winning that for sure.
All right. That's let's talk about the Chargers.
Okay.
Well, how do you feel about their offseason moves?
I'm glad we're making moves. I'm tired of just not really doing much. We haven't really, now we got Jacoby Jones, which is a great special team pickup. We could play him at slot. I didn't know he was 6'3". He's big.
Yeah, he is big.
He's a big guy. And so we could get that, and we're in leading contention to get Stevie Johnson, which would also be a great pickup because
playing with the Patriots.
Yeah, also with the Patriots, but we would love to get him.
Of course, and obviously the loss of Eddie Royal was picked up. That was big by the gain of Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
But Stevie Johnson could be a great offensive pickup. What about improving through the draft?
Oh, I definitely hope we pick up a running back since we got rid of Ryan Matthews, which, thank you for your time, but it's time to move on.
Of course, and he was injury prone.
Every time he touched the ball, I would quenched because I didn't know if he was going to get injured.
And there's no doubt he's a good back.
Oh, he's great. I actually loved when he would play. I think he was good.
Yeah, he is good.
But now he's with the Eagles, which is good because he won't have the heavy load of all the runs because DeMarco's there. So he'll give you that explosiveness, which is, I think it was a great pickup by them. People ask, oh, why would you pick him up? So I hope the Chargers get Melvin Gordon. I like him, and they were looking at him already. So I don't see why not.
So I'm gonna ask you, who would you pick, Melvin Gordon or Todd Gurley?
See, and that they're both caliber.
Both studs.
Yeah, they're both caliber players.
They're both gonna be
and they're
Pro
both
Bowlers in the NFL.
So to answer your question, if I'd rather have Todd Gurley or Melvin Gordon in my backfield, I like Todd Gurley's physicality and his aggressiveness when he runs the ball. Man runs like a horse. But I like Melvin Gordon's just agility, and I'm of the fan of having speed in the backfield. I like speed, and he's big. He's a big guy too.
Well, Todd Gurley's comparison in the NFL was Marshawn Lynch. So a lot of people in the mock drafts were now the running backs. Those two guys have moved up, I think, in the first round in a lot of people's minds. But a lot of people, when they weren't sure if Marshawn Lynch would resign,
right?
Todd Gurley was the guy for Seattle. So yeah, everybody was saying Seattle should go for him because I think he's a replica of. Not a replica, but he's the same player as Marshawn Lynch. He's a bulldozer.
Yeah, he's that guy. Like I said, he runs like an animal.
Yes.
That guy runs harder than a steam train. It's insane how he runs. A team that doesn't need a running back though is the Indianapolis Colts. At least I think so. I know they got Frank Gore. He's on the elder side, but he's still Frank Gore. He can still run the ball, and you could still give him the ball 20 times.
I don't think
you don't agree with me.
No,
You don't think he could be an every down back?
Nope, I'm not a fan of their moves, the Colts moves in general. You know, they lost Hakeem Nicks, but they bring in Andre Johnson. But it's old guys, and I feel like they're going in the wrong direction. They're trying to move forward with Andrew Luck as the quarterback, and I feel like.
But now Ty actually has a one wide receiver, and now he can be the two and really get open. And
I agree, but let's look at what happened last season. DeAndre Hopkins became the number one receiver.
Okay.
And you know what? And Andre Johnson's gonna have to take a step back. I feel. I don't feel.
He's ready to. You don't think he's ready to take that step yet?
Who?
Andre Johnson.
If he's ready to take that step back? Do you think
he's ready?
I don't know.
I mean, isn't that why he left the Texans? Because they wanted him to take a lesser role, but now he I think the Colts aren't going to give him a lesser role.
I feel like they are. I feel like Ty and DeAndre Hopkins are the same players.
Arguably.
And Ty is better than DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, definitely.
Let's put it there. DeAndre Hopkins was the number one. So you're gonna have Andre Johnson, who was behind DeAndre Hopkins, who's behind T.Y. Hilton.
But maybe because they were keying on Andre.
Yeah, and I mean, I just feel like they're going in the wrong direction. I feel
they're getting older. You could say they're getting older.
I feel instead of taking a step forward with Andrew Luck and a young team and T.Y. Hilton, they're taking a step back now, and they're going Frank Gore and a lot of old guys, and they're. I feel like they're not going to progress, and I feel this team's going to be. I mean, they didn't have a running game last year.
I think they're a playoff team. I think they're a playoff team.
Just because of Andrew Luck.
Yes, I mean, the guy's got luck on his side.
Exactly.
It's on his back.
So, I mean, they're a playoff team, and they're playing...
And now they could actually have a running game, on paper. I'm saying on paper. Who knows what actually happens.
Of course, on paper. And they're playing in a struggling division. They have to play the Titans, Texans, and the Jaguars. So, I mean... Miami Dolphins would be the number one team in that. The Bills would be the number one team in that division. So, now I want to move on to bracketology.
Well, I was going to say, I'm a little upset at UM. You know, they just made a connection in Indianapolis, but they're not going to make a connection in the tournament. They got out, man.
They didn't get in.
They were one of the first teams out.
They were in the bubble.
But I'm excited. This tournament's going to be exciting. I think it's Kentucky's to lose for sure.
Of course.
I mean...
That starting five and Devin Booker is just incredible.
That team is incredible.
It's so good. They're so good.
They have
so
depth.
many big men.
Yeah.
It's that they have 4 7-footers that are all good. That they're all NBA prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Willie Cauley-Stein.
Willie Cauley, yeah.
And Karl Towns.
Mm-hmm.
If they're both obviously gone to the NBA after this year. If Dakari Johnson stays, that guy's gonna become a stud. Not a lot of people know him because he's coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
But Dakari Johnson was a top 100 player in the recruiting class last year, and he's a stud. I mean, he's a 7-footer.
And Calipari just knows how to win.
Of course,
he just knows how to. He's assembled this team. He knows the formula right now. He's got it down. But I mean, another team we should look at is another number 1 seed in the South, Duke. And you don't agree with it.
I feel like Duke is going to lose early.
Okay. Where? I want to hear where you think they're gonna lose.
Well, they have a tough road. I feel their bracket's pretty tough.
I mean, yeah, the South is pretty tough.
But I mean, they can get through the first 2 rounds. But in my bracket, mm-hmm. I have Utah beating them.
Utah? Okay.
I have Utah beating them. Right. I like Utah a lot, and mm-hmm. I like DeLon Wright, who's Darrell Wright's brother. Mm-hmm. He used to play for. Well, Darrell Wright used to play for the Heat.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing with.
I don't know.
I'm not sure right now. I want to say Trailblazers. I'm not sure. We can have a. Brandon could give us a check on that.
Yeah, Brandon can tell us.
But they're a solid team, and I think they give it. They give a run at Duke, and I say they beat them. And if Duke doesn't lose to them, Duke will lose to Gonzaga.
Yeah, I like Gonzaga's team, dude. Gonzaga's team is nicely assembled. They're playing really well. But people need to look out for Larry Brown's Mustangs. SMU, dude. Last time he was in it, he won the championship. 1993 was the last time he was in. And they're a 6th seed.
I have them losing in the first round to UCLA, the 11th seed.
I have faith in Larry Brown.
Faith in Larry Brown?
I think he could take it to the next round where then they play the Cyclones, and I'm gonna say that they beat them.
They beat Iowa State.
They beat Iowa State. They're gonna do it.
Well, I have UCLA beating Iowa State and getting into the Elite Eight.
See, so if SMU can beat UCLA,
possibly. I just think UCLA has the pieces. They have Kevin Looney, and it's just a better team than SMU, I would say. And the 11 seeds are the killers, I feel like, this year. You got BYU, who plays Ole Miss in the play-in game. Mm-hmm. But BYU, they set the tempo. And they play their way.
And they got shooters.
Yeah, and they're going to make you play their way, and that's going to be tough for whoever has to play them. There's also Boise State and Dayton, who are the other play-in game. Both of those teams are dangerous. Both of them are old teams, veteran teams. And Texas slipped into that 11th spot, and Texas can be dangerous. You never know. Miles Turner gets it going, and they could be dangerous.
You like Northern Florida, though, don't you?
I feel like they could make an upset.
Okay.
I feel like it could happen. I don't know if it will. But I just don't feel Duke being, going deep into this tournament and being able to make it far. I don't...
Even with Jahlil Okafor?
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I have them losing to Utah, like I said.
Okay.
And it's just going to be... It's going to be one of those years I feel that there's going to be some upsets.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there every year?
Every year. There's always a 12 seed.
Your Cinderella team.
My Cinderella team, Ohio State.
Okay.
The Buckeyes. Got them going all the way to the Final Four.
Well, let's hear your Final Four.
My Final Four is Kentucky, Ohio State, Virginia, and Gonzaga. And the finals, Kentucky versus Virginia. Got Kentucky winning.
Okay. Mine's similar to that. Mine's Kentucky for sure, but I have UNC, I have Virginia, and I have Gonzaga.
All right.
And then I think it's going to be a Kentucky-Virginia. Though I'm rooting for UNC, and I hope UNC can beat Kentucky.
They're playing well. And
man.
The team that scares me when it comes to Kentucky, obviously we were saying that
it's theirs to lose. Yeah.
Notre Dame. We're forgetting Notre Dame just beat... was it Duke?
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
it was Duke. They beat Duke. And then, who was it?
And then beat UNC.
UNC.
Who beat Virginia in the ACC tournament. And
they're playing hot right now. Yeah,
Jerian Grant's one of the best players in the country.
They're playing hot right now,
and it's going to be a team that's going to scare a lot of teams. And I think that could be the one team to beat Kentucky in obviously before the Final Four. Me with Ohio State, I don't have them beating Ohio. I don't have Ohio State beating Kentucky, obviously. Mm-hmm. But Virginia can make a run. Wisconsin can make a run.
Wisconsin's there too.
Of course,
we're leaving them out.
Kaminsky.
Yeah. Kaminsky.
Of course, I have Ohio State beating them. I'm a D'Angelo Russell believer. Yeah, I think he's a stud. I think he's going to be a great NBA player. That's another topic. But another topic. I love the guy. I love the guy. And
the madness is just beginning, and I can't wait for it.
Of course.
So stay tuned.
Of course. And guys, I wanted to let you guys know, on ESPN Tournament Challenge, we have our own group, and it's Sound City Podcast. You can find us. You can enter a bracket into our group, and you can see what I've already entered my bracket.
Yeah, I'm slacking. I'm sorry.
Yes, Nico, he's working on it.
I'm doing my little research. I have to really make my picks.
And Brandon has his up too. And go join. Put your bracket in. Look at ours.
There's no prize. I'm sorry.
There's no prize.
Maybe if you want Aku Aku, but I don't think anybody wants Aku Aku.
So enter, and you have any questions, of course, hit us up on Twitter.
Well, now that we're sounding off, here we go. Twitter. Might as well follow us on Twitter at Sound City PC, or you could shoot us an email if you have any questions, want us to talk about something specific, at soundcitypodcast@gmail.com, or subscribe to us on YouTube at Sound City Podcast, or listen to us on SoundCloud at Sound City. But before we go, we always like for our fans and our citizens to be up to date with their knowledge and really have it, down packed. So we're not perfect. We're humans. We make mistakes. But that's why Brandon, our robot, is here, because he catches those mistakes. He writes them down, and here are our errors.
Hey, everybody. Just want to make sure that, these guys are saying exactly what needs to be said, everything that's fact. Back to what Chris was saying earlier about Donnell Ellerby. You were off by just a little bit. He was owed $8.4 million, not 8.3 is what you said. Nico, with Sam Bradford and the coaches, no, there's no coach from the Jets. The offensive coordinator has not ever coached for Oklahoma. Instead, I think what you're trying to say is that Sam Bradford played that no-huddle offense back in Oklahoma, and the coach, Chip Kelly, definitely wants that style of play, so that'll definitely work for him. Reggie Wayne was the wide receiver you were talking about on the Colts, not Hakeem Nicks. Hakeem Nicks is a free agent. He's still there. Nothing has been said with him. But, yeah, when Reggie Wayne left, they said that the Colts would not re-sign him.
Okay.
That's what happened there. Dewar Wright is on the Trailblazers. You're correct on that. And one thing you guys forgot, free agency, one thing that happened real big, Jimmy Graham with the Seahawks.
Yes.
You guys forgot to talk about
him. Of course you forgot about that. That's a
pretty
big move, and Seahawks are going to be great with that piece. But
as for that, you guys are pretty good tonight. Keep it up.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Chris. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
This is Sound City, man. And with that, goodbye, citizens.
Someone to kiss, someone to kick you.